Hello and welcome to my channel and welcome to my kitchen. This is me, if you didn't already know, and today we're making triple chocolate chip cookies. And you can find a full list of ingredients in the description. To start with, we're going to add our butter to a pan on a low heat. Once your butter is moderately melted, it's time to add your dark chocolate and your cocoa. Since we're making a chocolate biscuit today, we need to start with a rich chocolate base. This method is known as blooming the cocoa. The heat releases a deeper flavor in the cocoa. When everything is melted and combined, remove it from the heat and transfer it to a heat-proof bowl. This will be the primary foundation for our cookies, and we need to let it cool down before we can move on. Set it aside for about 20 minutes, and this is a great time to preheat your oven to 150 degrees. Once your chocolate mixture has cooled down, transfer it into a larger mixing bowl. If you're a little bit in love with chocolate like I am, don't forget to check out my Chocoholics playlist. Add your brown sugar and your vanilla. The molasses in the brown sugar and the vanilla both add an extra layer of flavor to the cookies. Give everything a stir until all of your brown sugar is only just combined. And don't forget to scrape your edges so you don't miss a thing. Next, it's time to add your eggs. You want your eggs to be fresh and roughly room temperature. Give everything a mix until your eggs are completely combined. If your chocolate isn't cooled down enough, it will cause the eggs to scramble. And that's something that we really don't want. It's time to add your baking powder. By adding it now instead of with your flour, it'll combine much more thoroughly with your mixture. And as you stir it in, you should start to notice that your mixture becomes a little bit fluffy. It's up to you what kind of chocolate you choose to add. I'm adding white chocolate, milk chocolate, and dark chocolate. And I'm using rough cut block chocolate, not chocolate chips. Stir until all the chocolate is coated. Lastly, it's time for our flour. Fold and stir with a wooden spoon or a spatula until all of the flour has been combined in. This recipe was inspired by 2 different kinds of cookies. And with this one recipe, I'm able to make them one of 2 ways. And it all comes down to how they bake in the oven. Once all the flour is combined, it's time to pop it in the fridge for about 5 minutes. Which means it's time to line our baking tray. I'm using a small cube of butter just to give something for the paper to stick to. This is basic baking paper, and by giving it a quick scrunch, it becomes much easier to control. Now it's time for a little shaping. This recipe is designed to make 24 cookies, but depending on how large or how small you choose to line them on your tray, you could get more or you could get less. Either way, it's important to make sure they have plenty of room to spread. If you're enjoying this video, give me a thumbs up so that more people get to see it too. And if you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and do that so you don't miss any other videos. Give them all a slight squash and then pop them in the oven for 10 minutes. And here's the secret. At 8 minutes, take them out, give them 30 seconds to sit, and then put them back in the oven for 2 more minutes. And what you'll end up with is the perfect chewy and gooey cookie. If instead you would rather them soft for dunking, leave them in the oven for the whole 10. For more recipes like this, don't forget to check out my cookie jar playlist. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you in the kitchen next week.